Hello everybody, this is Oak Tree Tarot Reader here and welcome to my pick a card video. Now today, this is a Valentine's Day reading. I'm going to be doing a few for this particular Valentine's Day that's coming up, but it doesn't matter. This is a timeless reading, so it could be any Valentine's Day that you watch this video, and even if it's not in February or it's any other point of the year and you just want to know the answer to the question, you can still watch this video, make a choice and enjoy the reading. And the question is my true love ready for me? So I'm doing this as a generalized reading, but it really is aimed at people that either do not know who their true love is, are yet to meet them, or have just met them. So you're sort of single or just really wondering if this relationship's going to go anywhere. So if you're in an established relationship, I'm afraid this video is not quite for you, but please carry on and go ahead and enjoy it anyway if you so wish. So yeah, remember that this is a generalized reading and it's not going to resonate with you in every way, in every aspect of your life. So just take what makes sense to you, what resonates, and leave the rest inside. It's really very much for entertainment purposes, based on the fact that I suspect most of you don't know who your true love is. So bearing all that in mind, we have options 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to be putting the timestamp to each of these 3 readings in the description box and pinning them as top comment. I'm going to include in the description box all of my contact details for those of you that would like a private reading and to follow me on Instagram and all the rest of it. So look on there for contact details. Otherwise, I want us to focus on the question, is my true love ready for me? Are they ready to meet you? So take a few deep breaths, close your eyes and focus on the question. If you need a bit more time, press pause, but otherwise I want you to make your choice, trusting your instincts. Don't overthink it, don't doubt yourself. There will just be one set of the 3 that you are irresistibly attracted to. So click on the link to listen to that reading. Right, if you do want a bit more time, go ahead and press pause, because I'm now going to be moving on to the first reading. Okay, those of you that chose option 1, here is your reading. Now I'm going to repeat that I suspect most of you don't know who your true love is, so you've sort of got to take it as it comes. But if you've just met a person that you really feel they might be the one, but you're not quite sure if they're at the same stage you are, this can also resonate. So yeah, just follow that if you want. Okay. So we've got the gods and titans and the goddesses and sirens oracles to reflect sort of where they are. So we've got Hermes, communication. I might have to move some of my decorative hearts out of the way, sorry. Hermes for communication and Athena for strategy. So then we've got the wild wisdom of the fairy oracle. And we've got beauty's truth, follow me, the Grail Fairy, and the Romance Angels Oracle, you deserve love, you are lovable. Yes, they are ready for love, whether you've met them or not. They're ready now to communicate their strategy, quite simply. They're ready to communicate what they want in a relationship, either with you or generally in love. If you haven't, you know, got anyone in mind and you're thinking that you do have some sort of destiny partner or somebody that you could be meeting, they're ready to communicate what they want and to create a plan, or have created a plan, and now they're ready to let you know what they've been thinking. So it could be simply, for some of you, your true love could be at the point where they're thinking that they'd like to introduce themselves to you, or ask you out on a date, or just want to contact you to say hello. And would you like to talk to me? It doesn't have to be an overt declaration of love straight off if you're really not knowing them that well. It's just a case of ready to approach. Athena is all about strategy, about the mechanics of warfare rather than the physical act of fighting. And Hermes, again, he's about communication. He's not an active, he's a, you know, the sense of a lover versus fighter. This is somebody who thinks and speaks. And so they're ready to speak about what they want or who they want, depending on your particular situation. And we've got beauty's truth, beauty, physical pleasure, sensuality. They're ready to allow that into their life and to express it. Now, this is all about inner beauty from within shining out. It's not really about physical beauty, although I'm sure that you are physically beautiful and so are they. They're ready to explore that, to explore physical pleasure and sensuality, to, I suspect, move on from simple pleasure taking to happiness. Because there's a difference between the two. Pleasure is a short-term return and happiness is a long-term one, you know, and they're ready for that. They're ready to move on, to allow their inner beauty to shine out, and that's because they're now aware of what they want. And this is a big part of knowing about being ready for love, is to know what you do and don't want. And it's not saying very specifically, I want to meet somebody who's a famous actor, they earn $1 million a year, they're going to take me to travel the world. It's not about those kind of things. It's about saying what they're worth and what they want. So if they're at the stage now, depending on how old you are as well and how old they are, if they're like, actually, I don't want to be going out getting drunk every weekend and going out with my mates. Actually, I'm ready to meet somebody because I think I'd like to settle down and buy a house and get a dog and maybe one day have kids, but sort of ready to be in a more stable relationship where it's a bond between two people rather than going for short-term return, about pleasure and sensuality. Follow me. Come, this is your invitation to enter the realm of fairy. I think really actually the follow me is that they're ready now to find someone to share their life with. They're ready to invite someone into their life. So follow me on my journey. I really fall more into the invitation than the you will join me in my life and do everything. They're ready to open out their hand and say, take my hand, let's go together. You know, they are ready. They are ready to let someone in, and they're ready for somebody. They're ready to say that. Whether you're there to hear it or not, it doesn't matter. Now they're opening up to the possibility of true love. You've got more likelihood of finding each other, especially if you're really, really ready for it. The Grail Fairy, fertility, the return of life, health and life cycles. They're ready to move on. The life cycles resonates with me. The return of life and health. So if they've been involved in a bad relationship or they've just got problems due to their past, you know, as far back as childhood, their parents' relationship and so on, they're ready to heal from that and let it go and begin again, to have fertility in their life, literally physically, but you know, it could be just a fertility of allowing new abundance in and new growth. They're ready at the point to have a new life cycle, to you know, move on from the past and move towards the future. And they do now believe that they deserve love and that they are lovable and that there is someone out there for them, you. And so, yeah, the question is my true love ready for me? Yes. I do hope that you meet each other, that you find each other, because this is just the clearest message of yes. You know, this communication and strategy, the Hermes and Athena, that could be that they're now going to be going on dating apps or get back onto the scene, however that, you know, getting out there. If they've been a bit of a hermit because they've been recovering or rethinking of what do I want, who am I and all this kind of stuff, and been on a different sort of inner journey, they're now going to be getting out there, socializing, actively going to places where they'll meet someone like you, or just to meet someone, you know. So that could be that they're going to be communicating their strategy by actually doing something where they go and they create a profile and you're going to be there sifting through and go, oh, I like them. And they could be communicating all those things, you know, I want someone to come to these places with me, I want a friendship first and all this, you know, I'm ready to move on, and showing this, you know, that they are lovable and that they want to love you, that they accept that you deserve love as well. Okay, those of you that chose option 1, that's a bit of a quick one, but that's the reading. That's what I see, that yes, they are ready for, your true love is ready for you, or ready for love. So please let me know in the comment section if that has resonated with you and it's made any sort of sense. I do hope that you find your partner soon, if you are single, and that if you have just met them, that you have a wonderful relationship together. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. Please take very good care of yourself, and thank you very much for listening to me. Bye. Okay, those of you that chose option 2, here is your reading. I'll just repeat that this can be somebody that you've never met, but if you've just met someone and you're thinking, oh, this could be the one, you can apply this reading to that. The question is my true love ready for me? So we have Hypnos, sleep, Baba Yaga, authenticity. This is the Gods and the Titans deck, and this is the Goddesses and Sirens deck. This is a new one I've got, the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle, and we have Dragon's Pet, Fairy Wishing Well, and Little Boy Blue. And we also have the Romance Oracle and Trust. Okay, so quick answer is no, not yet. And I'm going to emphasise the not yet rather than the no, because I think they are moving in the right direction. It's just they're not quite yet there yet. Because we have Hypnos, sleep. So in some way they're sleeping. I don't think they're focused on it. It's in the back of their mind. They might be dreaming about it, literally. But I suspect it's just not there. They're not talking about it. You know, he's got his finger over his lips there. It's just not happening actively in their life. They might be really busy with something else, like their work or a family situation, or they've just come out of a previous relationship, all the usual things in life. So it's just not, I think, at the forefront of their mind. They're just busy doing something else at this moment in time if you're watching the video. But it could also be related to this sense of authenticity. Now, Baba Yaga is about, you know, being authentic, being your true self, you know, being unashamed, that, you know, looking terrible. It's about, and I think they're discovering their authenticity, either within themselves as a personal journey of discovery, or it's to do with discovering what they want in a relationship, and they're just allowing it to work in their subconscious. So that's what I'm saying. They could have come out of a particular situation and they're just processing it, or there's more literally that they are doing something where they can't focus on it. They're traveling a lot, they're working away, or they've got other things going on in their lives, and so they're just not thinking about finding love or finding their true love or starting a family or settling down or finding someone new. I just don't think it's important at this moment in time. We also have the Dragon's Pet, communication between species, animals, pets, magical companions and guardianship. I think this is just representative of the fact that the only love in their life at the moment is their pet. And that's not to say they don't love their family and friends, but I think their big emotional connection is going to be with a pet for a lot of you. You know, you might meet them further down the line and they say, oh yeah, it's just me and my dog travelling the world, you know, getting on with life, and they, you know, they were the great love of my life at this time. You know, so yeah, if they have this pet when you do meet, they're not going to be, you know, you're going to have to accept the pet whether you like it or not. But yeah, this is what's going on, and I think the pet actually is an important part of their journey towards being ready and open for true love. Maybe they've had issues where they might have had relationships that started off well and then ended poorly, and they're then sort of been stung and they're hiding their true self because, you know, sense of presenting themselves as ugly because they want to appear unattractive, because they are not ready to be hurt again, so they're just sort of letting it lie. But they do have a need for love, and so that's represented by the pet. But that love for the pet could be the bridge of being able to be open to love for you. Because we've also got the fairy wishing well, manifestation, expectations and offerings. I think they are coming to the point that they're ready to open up again and offer. This fairy here is really sitting there thinking about it, and I feel that this is what this hypnos is representative of, that actually is ticking away in the back of their mind and occasionally coming to the front of their mind, and they're thinking, well, what do I want? What's authentic for me? Who do I want to be with? What kind of relationship do I want? I mean, if you this person might have had a series of relationships where they really liked this person, they were really attracted, the relationship started off brilliantly, and they thought, this is it, I found my partner for life. And a bit further down the line, a few months in, even a couple of years into these relationships, it falls apart because there's certain aspects of the person that they are in a relationship with, and certain aspects of the relationship that they're happy with, but it wasn't ultimately satisfying. It perhaps wasn't meeting all of their expectations. Maybe everything that they were offering wasn't completely accepted, and the relationship did not manifest what they thought it would, or that it should have manifested for them. You know, for some of you, your partner really invested an awful lot in these relationships and they didn't lead anywhere. And so now they're thinking, why should I bother when I lost perhaps a lot of money? Like, they bought houses with this person and they lost a ton of money when, like the house prices crashed or something, or they spent a lot of money on this person and it left them in debt or wiped out their savings, and they're thinking, well, no, I've just got myself back on my feet, or they're in the process of getting themselves back on their feet. What am I being offered and what am I offering? What do I want to manifest? I really think they're thinking about what they're going to be able to, like, what's she going to be able to get from this well? I think that she's safe there, she's getting water, there's clearly produce to be made or processed there. Why should she move away from it if she's got everything she needs? There's trees with life in that she can live off and water to drink. And I think they're at that place of, well, I've got this now. If I move towards love, open myself up to it, I could lose everything. But they have their pet as well, so they're not going to risk anything there. But we have Little Boy Blue. Dreams come true. Return of the soul. I think they are really coming to the point where they realise that they can't necessarily stay like this forever, that they do want love and they want to be open to it and they want to experience it. It's their dream. I suspect for a lot of them this is their dream, and that's why it hurt so much when things went wrong, because it was their dream, maybe even to have a child, to have a family, and the pet is the substitute baby. And it's not happened, the dreams haven't come true, but I think they still have the dream and they still want it, and they want the return, in essence, like saying the return of the soul. I feel it's the return of the hope, the return of being, actually, the person that you were before all the failures, because this is a baby, Little Boy Blue, he's gorgeous, isn't he? He's just there, looking at the butterflies patiently, And I feel that this is your true love, that they're not ready, but they're wanting, and that wanting isn't going to go away. It may be delayed, it may be asleep at the moment, but it will resurface, because I think that there is this phrase of like wishing. There's a lot of wishing and hoping, dreams, wanting dreams, and so I think that they will come round to the idea, but it's a process they've got to go through. And I don't know why that's happened. It could be anything in life. So you've just got to trust that this situation is calling for you to have faith. I feel that this is you, whatever your gender it is. This is you, that you're looking towards love, literally to a person or just thinking they're out there. My true love, the person I can spend my life with, they're out there. And they're like this officer looking down thinking, actually, I do want you, but I've got to send you away because actually I can't risk that. He's got his stick open saying, get away from me, woman, and also to this little Cupid, like, get away, I don't want the love. And he's sort of not pushing her away, but he's not opening himself up to her. And the little Cupid has his hand on her dress and he's saying, patience, he's coming round. It's just a slow, steady process. So for some of you, you're just going to have to wait and trust that you will meet and find this person, or that your relationship will take off, but it won't be on your timeline, on your, you know, when you want it to. It's going to be when the other person is ready, because if you push it, you could destroy it. But if you let them go through the process and be open and ready, you know, for a relationship with anyone, you've got a greater success of it all panning out well. So yeah, just trust the situation is calling for you to have faith. So have faith, enjoy your life, get on with the things that make you happy, and, you know, seize your opportunities, and just, yeah, enjoy yourself, and worry about finding true love later, because yeah, I think you're just gonna have to wait on them for a bit. So those of you that chose option 2, that is your reading. Please leave me a comment and let me know if this resonates with you as much as it can, if it's made any sense to you. I wish you all the best of luck for the future. If you know this person or not, I wish you both to have a great relationship and to take very good care of yourself. And thank you very much for listening to me. Bye. Okay, those of you that chose option 3, here is your reading. As I said to the others, this could be somebody that you don't know, you haven't met yet, they're sort of in your distant future, or it could be someone that you've just sort of met or you're aware of, and you're thinking, I believe that they are my true love, and are they ready for me? So take it as suits you. So we've got the Gods and Titans deck and the Goddesses and Sirens deck, and we've got Eros Love. That bodes well. And we have Andromache, Strength. I mean, I think you're probably familiar with Eros because this is a Valentine's Day reading. But Andromache was the leader of the Amazons. We also have the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle, which is one of my new decks. And we've got Beauty and the Beast, Unconditional Love. Light the Darkness, Ancestors, Ancestral Line, Generational Shift. Riddle Fisher, Divination, Seeking Out and Finding Answers. And we have as our final card the Romance Angel Oracles, Children, Your Love Life is being affected by children. So I'm going to say yes, a big fat yes, they are ready, because we've got love and strength, and it's strength in love. I think they find their inner strength, their love for themselves, hopefully. I mean, you cannot have a successful relationship and truly, truly love another person until you really love yourself. I mean, you can love other people and have an endless, unlimited supply of love for people, but you've got to have it within yourself in order to have like a steady relationship, because being with someone requires compromise, and to be able to compromise successfully, and successful compromise is not giving way on everything, just on some things. It requires self-love and knowing your own worth, and I feel that they've achieved that. And so they're ready now with this strength and this wisdom, and it's about feminine strength because it's Andromache and it's a Goddess and Sirens card, is that they've got this balance between themselves and in relationships. So they feel that maybe for some of you, you feel, I know this person. The balance between the masculine and feminine, but also within the relationship of the energies of masculine and feminine. Whatever your gender, whatever your sex, or whoever you're going to be in a relationship with, there'll be balance between those two aspects in the relationship and in themselves. And that's why they're open to it, is that they've grown up, they've experienced life, and they're ready and feel strong enough to deal with I see true love as a lifelong relationship, and one that's really meant and you want it to last, and that's what they're ready for. We've also got Beauty and the Beast and Unconditional Love. They're ready to give unconditional love, and they're ready to do that because they have this sense of self-worth and power. You know, that they know they can love, and they know that they are worthy of being loved, and they're strong enough to ask for it. They're not going to be someone that you can push over and just sort of get your own way, and they're also not somebody that's going to demand it of you. So say this feels very grown up. Yeah, unconditional. I mean, what else can you say? There's just a readiness to just love. Purely, it's very pure. Those, you know, two cards that reflect love, they're ready to, and open to love. If you've not met this person yet, and they're in, sort of in your future, distant future, they're very loving and open to being in love and loving other people and being loved in return. I think their focus now, I'm going to say, based on both of these cards, I think they're ready now to open up to start a family. Some of them, yes, they do have children. Others of you, it's not that they have children, but now they're thinking, okay, the relationship I want involves having kids, and that's non-negotiable, because they're aware of their ancestral line, of the generational shift. They're aware that they are now at the point in their lives to be the parent and not the child. For some of you, it is literally that they are a parent and they have children, and you've got to pay attention to that. And this is why they've grown up and matured, because they've got the love of the child and it's changed them, and that, you know, and that's why they're ready. But you need to know about that. For others of you, no, they don't have kids, but they're now thinking it's now time for kids, and nothing else will change. That you know. And it might be that the reason that they're ready now for true love is because they're ready to have children, to be a mum or a dad. And before they weren't, which is fair enough, because it's a big deal having kids. Riddle Fisher, I think they're looking for you, or you're looking for them, and hopefully you'll find each other. If you think this might be the person, they're probably asking the same question about you. If you've met each other, you know each other, even if it's just like we've met online through dating. It's they're seeking out and finding answers. I think they're trying to find out about you. They're trying to ask questions of who is this person, what do they like, you know, if they have access to your social media, you know, it's not all private, or, you know, some people don't have any social media. I don't really. They're looking through and seeing, you know, what's their political opinion, what you know, this important social point, what's, you know, how do they vote, what's their attitudes on this, that and the other. They may be doing things like pick a card videos and asking the questions to see if they do the reading and see if it matches up with their expectations of you. You know, are they my true love? How will I meet my true love? And seeing, does it say how they met you and all that kind of stuff? People do. But otherwise, I think they're just really looking and trying to find, you know, keys open locks, they open doors, they find the answer to things. And I think that's what they're trying to do. They're really looking, I feel more than with anyone else, the other two readings, that actually these two people know of each other. Where, like in contact, or you know each other from the periphery of each other's lives, and sort of friends of friends, and you've sort of met through a party, but you never really got the chance to say anything other than hello, my name is, and maybe you found their social media through your close friend's social media, or, you know, because online has changed so much, you know, since when I was a lot younger. I'm not going to reveal how old I am, but when I was a lot younger, it was different. It wasn't so accessible to find people's information online at all. But now it's everywhere. It doesn't, you know, if it's on there to be found, it can be found. So you might know a bit about this person, and I feel that maybe they've spotted you, and now they're seeking out and trying to find answers about you to see, because they want to know more about you. And you in turn might be doing the same to them. So, I mean, there's nothing perhaps stopping some of you from, if you really do know this person, to at least try and initiate more contact. Oh, I saw you at so-and-so's party. Can we meet up? Or can I be your friend on Facebook? And all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's definitely a seeking. If you're like, no, Oak Tree, there's just nobody, you know, I'm just thinking in, you know, a couple of years' time. They are ready for love, and they're looking actively for the right person to be with, because of this sense of time and being ready to have kids and to change and to do things. Finding the right person to be the step parent to their children. You know, that really does add another element to the mix. They can't take unnecessary chances when you've got kids. You can't. You know, being single and childless offers you so much independence, but children offer you a different dimension in life, and you've got to factor in who you're going to let into your kid's life. Yeah, but I think, yeah, there's an active searching now for the right one to either have kids with or to be in a family with. They see, yeah, there's just love here. There's just ready for love. Ready. Yes. Big fat yes again. So those of you that chose option 3, that's your reading. If you haven't found them yet, I really hope you do find them quite soon, because this sounds lovely. If you do know each other, I wish you both the best of luck and the best relationship in the world. Please let me know in the comments section if this does resonate with you as much as you can, or whether you enjoyed the reading even. And please take very good care of yourself. And thank you very much for listening to me. Goodbye.